Welcome back to All Tape and Benny versus Vanilla Minecraft Java Edition. So, we finally have the cow killer done. It ended up being pretty simple. So we still have our 4x4 block here, much reminiscent of what a Mumbo Jumbo built. This is a slightly different take. It's influenced by, but not a direct copy of, because I didn't want to directly copy it, although there were times when it would have been easier if I just done that. So let's take a quick peek. I used a block, after playing around with redstone and redstone repeaters and a whole bunch of pistons and stuff like that, I eventually came up with using the observer to create our effect. So what we have here is we have our cows. When we feed them, the little cows fall down here, and then we want to enact the lava that is. We can't see it from here. I'll get down in a moment. So right in there, there is some lava. Let's actually go take a look. Let's dig down. Let's see what I did. Because we can. Yeah. There's zombies around here somewhere. So this is down below. This is where the small cows come down. They sit down here. Inside here is a lava bucket. This is a dispenser which is pointed into this block here where the crosshairs are. Once it goes down, it kills the cows and cooks the meat that they drop. Below here, there is a... Oh, I don't have one down there. I'll have to fix that in a moment. I need to put another hopper under here that points into that one. We'll go fix that in a sec. So here's a hopper here. So anything that dies on here, it gets pulled into that hopper, which feeds into this hopper, which feeds into that chest. So you can see, oh, dirt. I'll take that. Thanks. So let's go find... Let's go see if I have another hopper. And before we get too far... No, but I am going to need this chest to make a hopper. Oh, it's dark. Let's go rest. So I'm going to quickly make a hopper. We're going to finish that off, and then I'll show you how it works. Minus the small little baby cows, because I don't have any at the moment. No hoppers in there. No hoppers in there. Resting. Let's get rid of the monsters. So by directing hoppers into each other, as we saw, I believe, an episode or two ago, we can have... Yeah, I'll have to break this block of iron. We can have a kind of a conveyor belt system almost. So they can they'll collect items that fall into the block above them, and then they will move them. Oops, they'll move them to the next container that is attached to it. That it is attached to. Let's go put a hopper down there just to clean things up a bit. Alright, so we're going to take our hopper in hand. We're going to make sure we're clicking where our crosshairs are on the side of this hopper. I know it's hard to see with these two blocks above. And we're going to shift, right-click. Boom! So you can kind of see there's a little nubbin coming off the bottom of that hopper, which points into that one. So anything that falls dead on this one will fall into that hopper, into that hopper, into this hopper, into the chest. So it's kind of just a way to move things along. So I'm going to fill this up so nothing can get down there. I probably don't need this block open, so I'm going to fill that. Boom. So what we have here is we have an observer. We'll look at that in a second. I do have a stone button, which provides a redstone pulse, just a quick one. The stone button is a quick, I believe it's a 1 or 2 second tick pulse, and the wood button is it's double the stone. So in this case what happens is the observer is looking towards this block, which is where the button is. When it sees a change in this block, the observer will send a redstone pulse out the other side, just its backside. You can kind of see the little arrow here on the top. So that's pointing to the backside, which points into this dispenser with the lava bucket. When the button will be depressed, which sends the signal, which throws the lava out. Once the button, after a moment, unpresses, when it depresses, represses, whatever you want to call it, the observer senses that change in the block in front of it and sends another tick, which then pulls all the lava back in. So let's just check this out. So we can hear the lava dispensed, and then it goes back again. So I'm hoping that's going to be a short enough tick to grab stuff down here. We can see we have some steak down there already. Let's put that in there. Alright, so we feed the cows. the baby cows hopefully fall into that little slot down there. Hopefully we do not fall into the slot here, which I have done. There's one baby cow. We can hold shift so that we can walk up to edges and not fall in. Alright. Fall down there without falling into there. There's some baby cows there. Oh yeah, so you see there's a little baby cow down there, so that one has fallen down. I may have to take that block out. That might actually help. And let's go do that right now while I'm thinking about it. Yeah, I'll just leave it in there. That's fine. Because you know what? It fell on that block. Ta-da! I can retrieve it from there. So yeah, so it sounds like there's 2 baby cows in there. So I can keep doing this. I can fill that up with cows, and then when I click the button, when I click this wood button, lava drops in momentarily, kills the cows, starts cooking their meat, then the button pops back up again. This sends a pulse to the dispenser, which pulls the lava bucket back in, so that hopefully we do not lose all the item drops. This stone button here is in case something gets out of sync. I can use this button to restore the dispenser to pull the lava back in. So it's kind of a safety backup, if you will. So if something gets out of sync and I come by here sometime and the lava is out permanently, I can press that button to pull it back in, and the wood button will run the system the way we just saw it. So I'll have to do some cleanup up here. I've obviously got a chest here of stuff. I'm going to keep the wheat here, which I guess I could just keep down there, couldn't I? Let's do that. Then I can eventually just get rid of that chest. So anytime I need, I can just grab some wheat from there. Eventually I'll get rid of this chest, and then all we have here is this little spot here. I was hoping I could put like a pressure plate or something, so that as I walked on it, it would sense the pressure plate, and then it would leave as soon as I jumped off of it. But I like that one because it's a quick click, so that should be all good. Alright, what else have I been doing? I've been looking at light sources. So we have our netherrack that's on fire as a light source at night. We do have our glowstone block as well. But the one thing I really want to start doing is making some light sources using our redstone lanterns and our daylight sensors. Let's go take a look at those. So I have a daylight sensor here. Let's just go to a crafting bench. We're going to look at our observer recipe to begin with, because I said I would, and if I don't do it now, I'll forget. So observer, which is a brand new block to me. I actually haven't seen anyone really use this yet. Sounds a lot like a comparator, but works a bit differently. So we have 3 cobblestone on the top, 3 cobblestone on the bottom, and 2 redstone in the left and center, and on the right in the middle we have a nether quartz. So, and that gives us an observer. Any change in the block in front of an observer will make it send a redstone pulse out the back. In fact, you can actually make a bit of a clock by putting 2 observers facing each other, and they just keep tick, 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 back and forth. So I'm sure that'll come in handy sometime later. At the moment, I don't really know what it's handy for, so I'm just going to ignore it. What else? So we need to build ourselves a redstone lamp. So how do we do that? So we're going to look in... do I have enough glowstone? I thought I had enough glowstone. Why is the recipe not popping up here? Oh, redstone lamp. There we go. So it's a glowstone and 4 redstone around it. Oh, I thought it was a block of redstone in the middle. So, what we have to do is we have to use our 4 glowstone to make a block of glowstone. We'll put that in the middle. Take some redstone dust, put it around. We get a redstone lamp. We're going to take our daylight sensor. The daylight sensor, which may not actually be on here. There we go. Daylight sensor, again, I think we looked at this already. 3 pieces of glass on the top. 3 wood slabs on the bottom of any type of wood that you want. And in the middle, 3 nether quartz. Again, you have to go to the nether to farm those. And that's going to give you a daylight sensor. A daylight sensor is nice because it gives us a redstone signal based on the light it detects around it. So let's grab some of this. Boom, boom, boom. So we can see if I pop that up. So the redstone is off, and if I put it back down by having it in my hotbar and right-clicking on the ground, you can see it's sending out a redstone signal. Of course, the further away we get, the darker the signal gets, but that's not what we're worried about. You can also invert these, much like I have that daylight sensor, by right-clicking on it again. Boom. So you can see the top of it goes out, so it looks like it's off, and you can see the redstone signal, in fact, goes off. So now it's inverted. So that means that when it's light, it will stay off. But once the light level drops below a certain point, the redstone signal will start outputting, and depending on how dark it is, it'll output stronger. And why is that important? Because we can do this. So if we put down our redstone lamp and we put a daylight sensor on top of it, ta-da! So the daylight sensor, seeing that it's light out, sends out a redstone signal which turns on the redstone lamp. If I right-click the daylight sensor to set it to invert, the daylight sensor says, okay, I'm not going to put out redstone, and this redstone lamp turns off until the lights go out. Once the sun is down, this light turns on. So it's kind of like automatic street lights. So I'm going to set up a design of these at some point. I will find some kind of funky little street light. I'll probably use some posts and some stairs or something. I'll try and make fancy little street lights, and we'll put them all around the town here. Just for fun decoration. It kind of makes me laugh. Where else can we put this? Let's put this... we could put it there. Where do we want to put this? You know what? Let's do this. Let's put this up here. We're going to go up here. We're going to get rid of this. There we go. And we're going to put that there, and then we're going to right-click on that to turn it off, and we're going to put this back. Woohoo! There. Now we have a porch light. So that once it gets dark, this light will turn on. In fact, that means I can now get rid of these. Because that will turn on automatically, and I don't need those torches anymore. So, yay! Alright, what else are we going to do this episode? The other thing I had planned was I was going to go do some exploring. So, one of the things, one of the options I had for... where did I put all the wood? One of the options I had for our redstone signal cow killer thingamabob was... Actually, maybe I'll keep that with me. Was that I could use a piston, a sticky piston. Problem was, I don't have any blocks for... you go in there. I don't have any slime balls to use on a piston to turn it into a sticky piston. So that's a bit of an issue for me. Because that would be nice to have. So, we do have a whole thing of cave that we did not explore last time. So, we're going to go explore. So, I'm going to make some torches. I'm going to go back down and find out where the cave was and where we left off. And then I will be right... Alright, here we are. I found... So, just to show you where we are. So, this is our shaft down to our mine. Boom, ladder. This is the door we put here so we can get easy access. And we came down here before. Oh. Hi, buddy. What's up? Ouch. I don't know how I missed him on that one, but I did. That's fine. What was he doing over here? Oh, there's a little bit of a dark spot. Alright, let's light that up. There we go. So we did come down here and explore this half, so we're going to go to the other way. And we're going to continue exploring with the hopes that we will find some slimes. And that will lead us to a slime chunk. So what is a slime chunk? There are chunks that are randomly determined in the game that will spawn slimes. These chunks, I think, happen about 1 in 10 chunks. On the wiki page, there's a whole formula to figure it out based on the seed you're using for your world. Oh yes, there was that part up there too. I think that was the part that I was thinking of, but we are going to go over here first. Oh, look at all that iron. Let's grab this while we're here. So the idea of a slime chunk is that that is one of the few places that slimes will spawn. They also do spawn in swamp biomes in certain light levels. But that is not what we're looking for. We are looking for a chunk where slimes will spawn so that we can make a slime spawner area. So if we find a chunk, we will set up a large open area where the slimes will be encouraged to spawn. So the trick with slimes is that they come in various sizes. They come in a 1x1 block size, a 2x2 block size, and a 3x3 block size. Each size does different amounts of damage. In fact, I think the 1x1 does 0 amount of damage, so you can just let them hit you forever and they won't hurt you. Unlike a magma cube. Aha, I gotcha. But the big ones do hurt you, so you have to be careful. The trick is you want to find your chunk, which is if you don't know, in Minecraft a chunk is a 16 block by 16 block by 255 block tall area. So chunks are how the game renders the world. So by using chunks and some algorithm using the massive code that's generated by your world seed, it will dictate what is used in how every chunk gets spawned, what's going to be in that chunk. So important to note, because that dictates how the world is built. And that means that if you use the same seed in every place, then you will generate the same world. Alright, so I hear cows and a zombie. Hi, zombie. So I hear cows, which means I'm close to my cow killer, which means this is the area I kept hearing when I was trying to build that. So, which is good, because this is exactly what I wanted to explore, because it was driving me up the wall that I could hear all these zombies and things when I was trying to build. Let's put that there. That. When I was trying to build the cow killer. So we're going to explore down here a bit. Let's see if we can find where that ends up. The other thing too is if we ever want to make a mob dark spot later on, basically you make a dark room where you can allow monsters to spawn. You make a kill area that they can come forward to. Where'd you go, bat? Oops, don't want to do that. Then you can basically dictate where mobs will spawn. The idea, though, is that you have to light up every single cave within 122 blocks of you. So that can be the chore. Being said, yeah, they don't drop anything, do they? No, not in this version. So, which is convenient because when you need mob drops, you don't have to go out and find stuff. You can just wait for them to spawn in that one little room and be done with it. But again, that's a lot of work for such a small kind of little payoff. Convenient later on in the game. Right now, questionable whether it's worth doing, so I'm not going to do it. Aha! So that is where my cow killer is, because I put that door there to show me where the other side was when I broke through earlier in my experimentation. Hi, creeper. Hello, little creeper. You can't get me. Haha. Alright, so we've got some good resources down there. We've got a little creeper, which is a bit of an issue, so let's go down here by the water. So the water will prevent it from blowing up if it blows up. Nope, I didn't get far enough away. Oh well, that's fine. If you can get a creeper to blow up in water, it does not destroy anything around it, which is handy. Obviously, I failed that task, but that's okay. I will get over it. Aha! And really, if you get far enough away from them, it doesn't really matter. Alright, that's the end of that cave. Let's see if we can mine some of these resources. So caving is a quick way to discover resources, as long as you can take the monsters that you're going to run into. If you're not so great at killing creepers before they get to you, or dashing in and hitting them so that they go flying away from you, I would suggest this might not be your top choice of getting minerals. I would suggest poke hole mining, like we looked at a couple episodes ago. It's a much safer route to go. And of course, this coal here, mining the coal will give us experience, which is why we keep grabbing it, as well as the coal is going to come in mighty handy later on once we start smelting down a whole bunch of materials like gold and copper and iron. Wait, copper? I don't think that's in this edition. But it becomes pretty important later on because you end up using a lot of it. So, and no, that's it. All right. So I could fill this all in with blocks because obviously it's a dark spot. I don't want things to spawn here. I'm just going to put down a torch because it's much cheaper to build a torch. And I'll probably need all of those blocks later on. Wow, we almost have a stack of iron. Alright. Oops. Don't punch it. It's not going to get you anything. I did use the anvil to make sure my pickaxe was up to full strength before coming down here. Obviously, I need to go do that again. Actually, we're not doing too bad. Luckily, luckily the pickaxe itself has unbreaking on it, which is an enchantment that helps reduce the amount of damage it takes from every time it mines a block. So it extends the lifespan of it, which is nice. And the best part is I can take some iron and go fix it later on. Alright, let's light this up before something spawns and blows up in our face. The other thing that we're looking for while exploring is we're looking for the ever-elusive mob spawner, or dungeon as it's sometimes called. So the dungeon is a little, there's a little cage, it's a cobblestone construction, there's a little cage, and in the middle of the cage is a monster swirling around. That's a mob spawner. So the mob spawner is important because it will allow us to make an XP farm. So there's really nothing down here? Oh, okay, that's cool. Let's use some of this cobblestone to get out of here. Oops, that's not what I wanted. So you can usually find like a skeleton farm and stuff like that, which is really cool because then you can again build a kill zone, make it safe to kill the monsters, and you just sit there, let them pile up, and once you have a big pile of them, we can destroy the skeletons and get a whole bunch of bone meal, which will allow us to rapid grow. We get bones, which we make into bone meal, which we can then use to rapid grow trees and crops and stuff like that. So it can be quite handy. Same with zombies, you can use it, and you can use it as an XP farm. They don't give as much experience as, say, a blaze spawner, but still, it's a good substitute. Also, monsters tend to drop some other different materials, depending on how the game is set up. Zombies will drop zombie flesh, skeletons drop arrows and bows and bones, so there's quite a lot of stuff we can get from monsters, and that's why making a mob spawner like that would be handy. So, wow, there's a lot of coal down here. Alright, let's throw down a torch, then we're gonna dig deeper. So I haven't seen or heard any evidence of slimes yet. Slimes typically appear, I believe, below level 40. So what are we at right now? X, Y, Z. So if we look on the left-hand side of the screen, there are 6 lines of text, and then there's a space in the 7th line. The 7th line shows us our coordinates in the world, X, Y, Z. So we're at X negative 743. We're at Y46, which means, so Y1 is the bottom layer of the world. Y255 is the very top layer. So when we get down to 1 or 2, we would find bedrock. So we would actually need to be below level 40. We're currently at 46 in order to find slimes. So I may have to go down in the mines to do this, because we do definitely need, look, level 20. We need slime balls to make sticky pistons, not just for the abandoned cow killer design I was going for, but also so that we can do, where'd it go? Oh, there we are. So that we can do our blaze killer thing, because we need to have sticky pistons pushing and pulling blocks to make that work properly. So that definitely means we need to find some slimes. But for now, let's explore our neighborhood. I am also working on a design for the new base of operations. I did go and pull all of our goods out of the old base. So there's... I heard the dog. So there's nothing left over there. Nothing left for us there. I emptied out all the chests. Nothing to look back at. There is another village nearby, but I'll deal with that some other day. Don't feel like doing it really today or anytime soon. Maybe if I get bored, I will go find it. Alright, so you know what? I'm going to mine these last bit of resources here. Then we're going to go down the mines and see if we can't find a slime block area or a slime spawning area. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright, so we found a skeleton here. Oh. Aha. It's because I have a whole area I haven't discovered yet. I haven't looked at. So let's go up here and look. Let's see what we can find. Light. Light. Nope, dead end. Alright, let's get back to the search for slimes. Alright, well, I did the thing you're not supposed to do in Minecraft, and that's dig straight down. Oh! That's me. I tried to slip... What's that? 8-Bit Benny tried to swim in lava to escape skeleton. Oh, man. So, that's me. So, yep, I died. It's 20 levels of experience gone, as well as everything in my inventory. Normally, I could try and get back to this spot and try and gather up all my fallen items. But because I died in lava, that means the lava has destroyed all my items. So my enchanted pickaxe, my enchanted sword, all of my armor, all of the stack and a half of iron I had just collected. So note to self, do not dig straight down. Because I dug straight down and I fell right into this crevice, which put me into the water, which, you know, there's a creeper and a skeleton and all that kind of stuff there. So that was silly of me. Now I'm back home. And that's it. That's yeah. So you know what? I'm gonna suggest that on that note, while I rebuild all my items and go find some experience and go re-enchant stuff, I'm gonna call it a day. We will continue looking for a slime chunk next time. Maybe I'll do between episodes is I will find a slime chunk and then I'll go down below 40 and I'll go do some exploring and see if I can find a slime chunk. That crevice might be the best place to go look because it will reach all the way to the bottom, which means I can find out where the slimes are and then look in those areas. So that'll probably be the plan for next time once I manage to replace all my gear that I just let burn up in the lava. So, oops. Bad me. Yeah, never dig straight down. Rule number 1 in Minecraft. Listen to me. Alright, I'll hope you enjoyed the episode. Next time, we'll look for slimes. And hey, if you liked the episode, hit the like button and feel free to subscribe to the channel. And that will let you know when I have a new video for Minecraft Vanilla or for the Ferret business modded Minecraft. Alright, all. Have a good week and safe Minecrafting. Remember, don't dig straight down or up. All right, bye-bye. See yous.